What is up, YouTube? Today is another trading recap, and let's just say the markets did not go our way. So let's get straight into this. The day, it is March 9th, which is Thursday, 2026. The session I traded in was New York session. I had two trades, and one was on micro E-mini Nasdaq, and one was on micro E-mini S&P. So let me just show you. My bias was bearish. And let me show you how I got that really quick. So, obviously we're in a uptrend on the daily, right? 4 hour, I think we're also in an uptrend. And then the 1 hour, we were in an uptrend also. But here's the thing, okay? Let's go down to the 5 minute. I marked out the session highs and lows. Boom, 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 in each session. So, right, market immediately opened, right? And we came up, we swept London highs. Boom, we came up, swept London highs pretty much immediately. And then after that, I'm like, all right, we're probably going to reject. We're probably going to move for lower lows. Because London session, right when it closed, it beeped up right here, 925. Beeped up, hit Asia highs, and then we swept London highs. And then I'm like, all right, I think we're going to go down for lower lows. So here's where it gets into my trade, which I lost. I got tipped out, came all the way up here, and then went down to TP. So here's my 5-minute confluences right here. So it was a liquidity sweep right here. The break of structure, we broke in structure right here on the 5-minute, and on the 1-minute was and then we had and then it came up into 5-minute equilibrium. See, here's the equilibrium marker. And we closed. We should have entered up here. Would have been nicer, but we would have got stopped out no matter what. And then let me go in so I can show you where I got my entry. It was not. It was an okay entry, I guess. It wasn't that good. It was kind of up here, you know. And then right after candlestick open, I got stopped out in like a minute. It's a little annoying. And then I don't know, like 15 minutes, 13 minutes after we hit TP. And then so there's the first trade. It was around, what time was it? 9:40, which is 6:40 my time, and we lost. So what I'll do better for this first trade that just happened, or that I did, it didn't just happen. So I wrote down. So I won't enter into a trade that like that early into the market. It was actually really early. What was it? It was 6:40, 10 minutes after market open, so still like really volatile. Wasn't moving in like one direction still. So maybe like stay away from like getting into a trade that early. Maybe wait a little longer. And then not only that, also I should have waited for ES to sweep. Cause so look, we sweep London highs and Asia highs. Look at ES. London highs, boom. And then we didn't sweep. Asia highs was way up here. We never actually swept them. And I entered into my short, what, 9 or 6:40? Right here. We were right here at this dark candle right here. This down candle, bearish candle. Not even close to these highs, so maybe I should have waited for that, which it never actually happened, so I'm just confused on like why did we went up here? What was like the reason? Well, I guess we swept more of this. I don't know. Yeah, we swept this. Not high. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I could have done better for the first trade. And then here, where am I going? Let's go to ES for the second trade, obviously. I'm gonna be a little more faster on this trade. So after I got stopped out, I'm like, all right, well, it's probably gonna come up and sweep these highs. So I'm like, let's enter into the retracement, and then after retracement happens, it'll come up into the highs, and then maybe come down, and then start rejecting and go for lower lows, lower highs. So I entered when it came down into this little accumulation area. I entered long. I risked a lot less though. I only lost $22 on this trade. And then on the first trade I lost negative $49. So what I could have done better for the second trade, this one, which wasn't really a good trade in the first place. I shouldn't have traded like again so quickly. Sorry for the noises. My window's open. But what I could have done better is make sure there's like no inverse. Oh, I forgot there was an inverse fair value up to the downside. So I entered into this trade. Look, we're moving down. Woo, 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 right? And I thought I was like a retracement. I thought we were gonna retrace up and then go for the highs. But if we go look at E or micro E-mini Nasdaq, look, we actually inversed on the 1 minute right here, and then moved up, filled the inverse, and then went for lower lows. Which I didn't see. What was this? This was 9:47, which is 6:47, which is 1 minute before the trade I took on ES. And I didn't see that. I low-key sold. I should have saw that. Should have looked a little more. So next time, I'll just make sure there's nothing like that happening. And then not only that, what I could have done better for this trade, main thing is my bias was bearish, and I shouldn't have traded. I shouldn't have went for a long on a bias bearish, or yeah, a bias that was bearish. So yeah, I lost a total of what, like $71 today. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all. There was some news at 5:30 a.m., but didn't really do anything. Where was it? I think it just like wicked somewhere. I don't even know. Yeah, it just wicked up and then closed bearish. It didn't really do anything crazy for like all the news that was happening today. But yeah, that's all for the day. See you guys tomorrow or whenever my next trading recap is. Yeah, peace.